Okay. Are we live? Are we there? Daniel, can you?
I can hear you loud and clear, Tom.
We can hear you. Okay. Hoy vey, modern technology. Hey everybody, how's it going? Mark, not Andy.
Not Andy.
We got Daniel here tonight. Andy is out gallivanting across somewhere. Couldn't make it tonight. So I pulled Daniel in for Yeet Street After Dark. And we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. First of all, we are going to do Ledgestone picks. Andy and I usually do Ledgestone picks. Tonight, Daniel and I are going to go tete-a-tete.
Ooh.
Man-to-man on picks. I forgot to do AI. Normally, I give you the AI picks and what they come up with. They usually pick some weird person nobody's ever heard of anyway.
Yeah.
So they would have done well last week, but one of them picked somebody weird. Anyways, so no AI, so it's just Daniel and I. Then we got something special. If you all don't know anything about Daniel, he is the master of hot takes. Actually, he told me yesterday, he's like, I have no hot takes.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do some disc golf hot takes. So he eventually came up with 3. You got 3?
Yes.
Okay. And I came up with 3, and we'll go over those after we go over our picks. And then we have one new disc to talk about that we'll talk about towards the end.
Ooh.
So first of all, let me introduce you to Daniel. You may know him from Upshot podcast.
This is true.
He writes for Ulti-World, so he knows Charlie really well.
I do know Charlie, my claim to fame.
And his claim to fame is he knows you.
I like to say that
what I
too,
heard.
yeah.
If you are a women's ultimate fan, this is your voice of the Raleigh Radiants.
That's true.
So you may have heard him on their YouTube live channel, right? YouTube live?
Yeah, on the Premier Ultimate League YouTube.
Yeah. And then if you've ever been in our shop, you may have seen him sitting behind the register, manning the station here. So he's one of our, well, I was about to say one of our 2 employees, but we lost one. So
I'm holding it down for both of us right now.
R.I.P. Will.
We'll never forget you. Yeah, I feel a little weird because I feel like you only asked me to do it because I'm another tall guy. And you just needed an
Well, for some reason, I feel like if I hang around other tall people, people will just think I'm tall, and
by proxy,
and won't notice the actual height differential. So, okay, let's go. Let's start off with hot takes. Okay. And after looking over my hot takes today, I kind of realized I don't know how hot my takes are. Now, here's how I define hot take.
Okay.
It's got to be at least slightly provocative.
Yeah.
So something that. But it's also going to be something that nobody else is saying. I mean, if everybody else is saying,
everyone's agreeing.
Here's my hot take: Gannon Burr's the best in the world. That's not a hot take.
No, yeah, not provocative.
Not provocative, and that is a cold take.
Yeah,
chilly take. So, so here's my first hot take.
Okay.
And this is coming on the heels of Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
My first hot take is.
And I assume you're going to want me to
absolutely
roll with this, right? Okay. I don't know what his hot takes are.
You beat it up if you want.
Or I eat it up. Eat it up or beat it up.
Beat it up, that's right. Now,
the new segment.
I did have one hot take, but I realized that this probably wasn't a hot take because I bet a lot of people feel this way. But it was an honorable mention. I was going to talk about the new Go Throw tour.
Oh, I don't think what are the details of this?
See if you don't even know about it.
Yeah, it's really a hot take for me.
So Go Throw has started a tour. They're non-sanctioned events.
It's just what they've been doing. Right?
Yes, yeah. So they, I think it's just a meh addition to disc golf. First of all, there are only 2 rounds. Most of them are in the same day, and it's kind of hard to get excited about a 2-round tournament. Because again, if you completely duff on one of those, you only have one more round to make it up. And these guys are so good, you need more than 1 round to make up ground in the pros. So, and the other thing I didn't like about it is, so they have this tournament at Eagles Crossing called the Masters, which stupid name because we have a Masters division.
Yeah, it's parody level almost stupid.
It was, and the way that they tried to imitate the PGA's Masters green jacket by having those red jackets.
It was embarrassing.
It was probably one of the most, as the kids would say, cringe things I've seen in a while.
Very, very cringe.
It was not a good look. However, love Eagles Crossing. That was a nice course. And I think any reason why.
I think, Mark.
Well, it would, but I would love to watch the pros play it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing about the Go Pro Tours. They only have like, well, first of all, that Masters was invitation only,
Mm-hmm.
and it was only
Yeah,
like
it's like
30
the Masters
players.
Invitational.
Yeah,
So it
so
was a weird event.
they did say that they had 6 out of the top 10 in the world there, but still, when you only have 30 people, anyways,
Yeah.
why doesn't the Disc Golf Pro Tour go to Eagles Crossing? Have you heard?
I think it's because Eagles Crossing is like a weird proprietary private ownership kind of deal, which the people who own it are.
Is it Maple Hill a proprietary? I mean,
Yes, but if you remember, I mean, one I think Steve Dodge. One was like the creator of the Disc Golf Pro Tour, right?
That's
So
true.
they've always had a pretty good relationship there. But yeah, I don't know. Clearly, the Eagles Crossing folks, I think, are seeing themselves as something bigger than they really are, based on the way they handled that event this year.
I think they would get a lot of pub for their course.
I agree.
I did hear that one person mentioned, and this was a couple years ago, that you don't get good reception out there, so it'd be difficult.
That I've heard that as well.
to
It'd be very
film.
difficult to just live stream, which is
But you
a
know what?
must.
Put a tower out there.
That's
That's what I'd say.
All right, got the money.
So that's not.
I think they have talked about doing that though.
Oh,
so
that's good.
maybe possibility in the future.
That's good. Well, again, that was not my hot take because again, I think a lot of people have said that the Go Pro Tour has been kind of meh.
Yeah.
So my first hot take, again, coming on the heels of Worlds, no more Elite Series or major wins for Owen Scoggins
For her career.
for her career,
Okay, so
not counting Masters.
Okay, you went a different direction than with a hot take for me. I didn't think to do any predictions. That was really smart.
Well, and again, I don't know how hot it is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, clearly she played well. I think she had 3,000 rated rounds in Worlds.
Wow.
The third round is her work, where she was at 10 under going in the third round. She shot 5 over.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think she's going to have any more wins. And the reason being is a couple things. Number one, in order for her to win Worlds, and Andy and I talked about this last week, and I think you and I kind of touched on it just in passing between us.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of magic that had to happen for her to win.
Yeah, a lot of players kind of falling apart.
That last round, I mean, who knew that Ella Hansen coming from which card?
A third card
or fourth
Yeah.
was going to be her only true challenge until the 15-year-old Ida got her feet back under her and kind of until the last hole.
Yeah.
But here's a couple of things. I thought it was terrible judgment for that 15-year-old on that playoff hole.
Yeah.
And some people said, or I've heard that afterwards, that the calculation was that it was more likely that Owen was going to miss a 15-foot putt than she was going to make that putt.
Especially with like Owen was putting that day.
No, and that's going to be the second thing I was talking about. So bad. I still think they miscalculated.
Yeah.
I think they forgot the fact that Owen threw out of bounds, or I don't know what it was. But here's the other thing that had to happen. In that last round, she was 6 for 9 from C2 putting.
Yeah, it was an all-time great putting, and 100% from C1X, I believe.
How many C2 putts had she hit in the first 4 rounds?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably a couple, I would think. Owen usually is good for a few.
0.
Really?
She was 6 for 9, and she ended up 6 for 24 C putting for the tournament.
She just caught fire when she needed
She
to.
caught fire, and there was a couple of throws where her disc almost goes out of bounds, and then she whips this crazy forehand, probably with a destroyer, and parks. I mean, she just hit some incredible shots that she's not known for her great upshot, long distance upshot game. So, and she even said afterwards that she doesn't throw as far as the girls who play today.
That's long been true.
And that's we've seen that's evident. She clearly has been winning because of her putting.
Yeah.
But I think this is it. And again, it's a great way to capstone a career.
Yeah. I don't think this is a hot take.
Again, the only reason I say it's a hot take is because I haven't heard anybody else say it yet.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So I'm the first one.
You're the first one to bury Owen Scoggins.
That's right.
For World Championship. Yeah. No, I think this is a very reasonable take. Honestly, shocked she won Worlds this year. Awesome. Owen, one of the best personalities in all of disc golf.
Absolutely.
Extraordinarily easy to root for all the time.
Andy's favorite player.
I can't knock him for it. I feel like a lot of people love Owen.
Yeah, she's great. She's great to root for. She always has a positive attitude.
But she just this year felt, before she won Worlds, felt like, oh, she's still good, but isn't competing really anymore. Like she had been
like
previous
last year.
years. Yeah. So I'm super stoked for her that she won. It's a great capstone for her career, and I hope she keeps playing for as long as she can and be healthy, because I know she's had some physical limitations the last few years as well.
So let's call this a lukewarm hot take.
Yeah.
But I think it's hot take because I haven't heard anybody. Charlie hasn't said it. Nobody has said it, so I'm the first one to say it. But I don't know how hot it is. But that's the first thing I thought of.
Okay. All right. Your hot takes are. This is not going to surprise anyone who knows both Mark and I, but way deeper with your hot takes. And I kind of had to dig deep within me to come up with anything.
Again, this time yesterday, you weren't even quite sure what your hot take was.
No. Yeah. First one.
I can't wait to hear.
First one that I'm going to come up with here. I think the one that is, maybe the most provocative.
Okay.
But I do feel it.
I prefer you not to do provocative by doing this.
Oh, sorry.
At the same time. But go ahead.
Bad body language by me. Personal logos in disc golf, universally awful. And frankly, like if you just Google image disc golf logos, I challenge you to actually be able to pick out any that identify players beyond their letters.
You know what? You know me.
Mm-hmm.
I love confrontation. I love the argument.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Well, the other thing is you're a branding guy. You're a marketing guy.
100% agree. It's now I will say there's one exception,
mm-hmm.
and it's because I didn't realize it until after I've seen the logo 100 times. Nate Sexton's logo.
Oh, see, I think this is one of the worst of the bunch.
Between the N and the S, it's his silhouette.
Oh, you never noticed that?
No, I never noticed that before. And I thought, how cool is that? Look, it's Nate right there in the middle.
See, what I don't like about that is he leans like the big NS is supposed to look like a 175 because he throws max weight everything.
Oh, but I never knew that.
Yeah, I remember that being when he came out with that logo. Pretty much every MPO Pro throws max weight.
I can understand the S looking like that. I have to go look at it again. Yeah. But that said, it's still just his initials.
Yeah, and they're also samey. Not what I would say all, I don't mean literally all, but the vast majority of them are very samey. They're just big capital, minorly stylized versions of their initials. And there's too much personality in pro disc golf right now for people to not have cooler, more identified. Like, how is Calvin Heimberg's not a robot for Heimborg?
So, yeah.
Give me something.
And here's the thing, too. Everybody knows how much of a homer I am when it comes to Paul McBeth. I think he's the greatest ever. I'm still a fan of his. Not bad logo. Probably the worst logo.
Wow.
That logo of his is just...
It's uninspired.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
I mean, I was going to say it looked like a high school sophomore art student made it. A high school sophomore art student would have come up with something
more creative, better. Yeah.
So, and I will say also that I kind of like Evan Smith's because he has the three things going this way. Yeah. So you got to kind of look at it to say, there's an E and an S, but it's still just initials.
Okay, I want to go back to Paul here because, again, there is good branding in disc golf. McBeast. Yeah. What a fantastic nickname. And that's not in the logo at all. Think of the possibilities there.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think, I do think Chris Dickerson should have leaned into Robot Chicken. Yeah. That would have been a good. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think isn't there one, if there was one that stands out to you, I'm trying to think
okay, there is one that I think is good. Brian Earhart's is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Bear heart.
The bear with the heart. Yeah,
very identifiable.
That's very good.
And unique. But even Missy Gannon, Big Money Missy, her logo is just MG. You know?
Yep.
We got to do better.
Okay. I was hoping to tear into your hot take, but I completely agree. Okay, here's my second. And again, I think this is somewhat hotter than my last one. And again, nobody else is saying this.
Okay.
By the end of next year, by the end of 2026, Ezra Robinson is going to be higher ranked than his brother.
Like PDGA rating?
In the world
and world rankings.
In the world rankings. Now,
I can't believe I didn't think to go predictive with my takes. This was so smart by you because you can't really be wrong about these.
So, well, you can tear into it and say why is probably not going to happen, but
I think this is smart again.
So, and I looked up what they've done. So far this year, in the official world rankings, I mean, it's not a huge leap. Isaac is second, Ezra is ninth. So it's not like
it's just majors
as of now, yeah. So yeah. So what has Isaac done so far this year? Well, he did win Champions Cup, so we got another major under his belt.
Yeah.
His only other wins this year have been for an A tier,
Yeah. No other wins.
a B tier, and a C tier, which he won $37.
Hey, we respect C tiers around here, all right?
That's true, we do. Matter of fact, Isaac, if you want to come play my flex starts, we would be glad to have you. You
We're
will
gonna
make,
add some more wins to the belt.
and you would make more than $37 at my flex start as you made on this C tier. It was some C tier. Gosh, what was it? I can't even remember. I don't know. But Ezra has 2 wins.
Just fresh off of one
Now,
Turku
Turku Open, and he also won the Supreme Flight Open
to start the year.
and to start the year. And he has 2 other top 10s. So again, he hasn't won a major like his brother has, but he has more wins than his brother has on tour. And I think he is trending in the right direction. And now, I fully realize that in order for this to happen, Isaac needs to somewhat fall off.
Yeah.
Because again, he still is. He has. I don't know if I finished. He's only had 1 other podium this year and 3 other top 10s.
I didn't think he had more top 10s than that. But
Yeah, no, just those 5 where he's in top 10. Now, I'll also say this, as somebody who can attest to this fact firsthand, getting married changes you. And Isaac just got married not too long ago, so it's going to be interesting to see how that impacts, because now, chances are, kind of like with Gracie and Evan goes on tour, Gracie goes with him. So I think Isaac's bride's name is Bethany. I can't remember.
No idea.
But if she's going to be there too, that's just another thing that you have to think about.
Yeah.
Do I go out and putt 150
or
more times?
Start having kids as well.
There's that. So again, I think I'm putting my money on Ezra being higher ranked than Isaac by the end of next year.
End of next calendar year.
End of the 2026 season.
In order to push back into this, I would need to better know the exact mathematic formula for determining the rankings. Because honestly, I'm shocked to hear that Isaac is number 2. That to me makes me think that like last year's World is still very heavily weighted, and if he's another year removed from that next World rankings, assuming he doesn't.
So who do you
win
think
again.
should be number 2? Barella? Because he hasn't done much this year. He had great start to last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gannon is so far ahead of everybody, and there's kind of
That's
like
true.
just a cluster of players who are all in that tier below him.
Paul McBeth, maybe.
Definitely not Paul.
Okay.
I like this take though. Ezra, I think people coming into the year, Mark mentioned my appearances on the Upshot. Always do a fantasy draft with Charlie and Josh, and when Ezra was picked by Josh this year, it just felt like this is going to be his big breakout year. He already has 2 wins, has been playing really well of late. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of us, if not both of us, pick him for Ledgestone this weekend. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
We'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. Isaac is such an interesting player. It's really hard to project him going forward.
I will also say this, and again, he has shown no faltering in this area, but he, like Owen, is very dependent on his putting. Again, he doesn't have quite the distance that other players. He doesn't have a forehand. He doesn't have forehand distance.
Yeah.
And as we know, if there's any part of the game that you can start to lose and break down mentally on, it's putting. So if he ever falters or wavers in his putting, I mean, he's gonna be a distant memory. Now, I have no evidence that's going to happen. I know.
4-time major winner, 2-time
That's
world
right.
champion.
He's gone. He's done. He's over.
Isaac who?
Pack it up. He's in the bin with James Conrad.
Oh, no.
No, he's not. But when you're so dependent on putting like that, there's a chance for you to at least drop a lot in a short period of time. But that's not to say he can't bounce back. But we'll see.
Yeah, I like that take.
All right, what's your number 2?
Okay. Again, I really thought more like big picture, general things than specific predictions. I really am lamenting not having thought of that myself.
Well, you're not used to hot takes.
No, it's true.
It's hard for you to
I'm a rookie at
understand
this.
the ecosystem of a hot take.
Yeah. I think that disc golf scoring, at least at the pro level, should distance itself from using under par or score relation to par as the standard score. And I believe this because I in hearing Gannon Burr and others complaining about how the Euro disc golf course was too easy, and I've heard people scoring. It looks ridiculous when you see players winning a tournament at 40 under par. But to me, I think at that pro level, par just doesn't really translate from golf the way it does to disc golf very well. There are par threes where good players should be getting twos. And really, in practice, 2 is the par, birdie or die.
So what's the alternative?
So
going back to just strokes?
I think it's just strokes, and I know that takes up more space on a scoreboard on a stream, which is the only real downside. But I do think the mentality of these courses are too easy because guys are putting up big scores under birdie or under par. I just think that's a weird mentality to have. When in reality, if you're not getting a birdie on those holes, then you're giving up strokes, and that's the important thing, not how well you shoot relative to par.
Well, I would say 2 things. One is there's nothing to compare from one tournament to another. When somebody went 156, I have no idea what that means.
But I
know what 20 down means.
But that doesn't really work, does it? Because 20 down at one course is not going to be 20 down at another, which is why we have PDGA ratings.
But it kind of makes sense. I mean, you kind of get an idea. Whereas if somebody shot 156 and that's all you knew, I'd have no idea if they played well or they didn't play well. I'd have to see it relative to everybody else. Mm-hmm. If somebody shot -20, they may not have won, but they shot pretty good.
Well, what if they finished 13th while shooting -20?
Well, I'm just saying they still shot pretty good. Like I said, it's still a relative thing.
Yeah.
It's just that 156, I would have to have something else to compare it to. Whereas if you told me somebody went 20 down, I know they played well. May not have been well enough to win.
Hear me out then. What if we embrace par 2s as an alternative solution to this? Where if it's a 350-foot hole for MPO and it's a single angle shot, if you're not getting a 2, you're losing strokes, and it should be a par 2.
Now, I know that the PGA actually does have an official way to calculate par for a hole based on several different factors, and PGA may have the same thing. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But my guess is that distance is one of the things that restricts a hole from being a 3 versus a 4 versus a 2.
Right.
So
you'd never see a 2 on any tour event.
Now, I would think. Here's what I think. And again, a par 2, as a guy who once had a hole-in-one on a 107-foot hole, which I think should count, definitely anything over 107 should count as a par 3. So I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I think we need to do something. It's not wrong for me to say this hole is a must-get birdie. What I don't like is this whole course is filled with must-get birdies. That's what I had. That's my biggest problem with the European Disc Golf Festival. The course, I thought it was a lovely course to look at. I love the way they incorporated the park in the course by throwing through some of the gates and the amphitheater, the opening hole, great hole, very fun. But the fact that it was birdie, 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 that's kind of where I'm like, come on, let's give them a little bit more challenge. It's not fun for me to watch. Especially when
I don't agree.
I seeing somebody throw a 350-foot hyzer 3 times in a row, that's not fun to watch.
Okay, are you referencing the playoff hole at was it Croak Hole right before? That was boring because they were playing the same hole over and over again. I don't think birdies are boring.
So
I think birdies are like
I think easy birdies are boring.
I mean,
I want them to be now. I do have a. I don't think this is another hot take of mine. I think we need to make greens harder.
Okay, yeah, I can buy that.
On the PGA, it's hard to hit a 30-foot putt when you're on a side hill and it swells down to the right.
That is the crux of why a par 3 in golf doesn't translate always to a par 3.
So I'm all for. People always complain about that. There's water that's within circle 1. Oh well.
Yeah.
Don't throw it in the water.
Or more trees.
There's guardian trees. There's so many guardian trees. Oh well. Learn to putt around them. Yeah. I think that's what greens need.
Yeah.
What disc golf courses need more on greens is more difficult circle 1 putts.
I'm good with that.
So, all right. But that's not a hot take. That's not, maybe it is a hot take, but
we're just coming up with this is actually what we're doing. We're just coming up with solutions to disc golf.
That's right. That's what we're doing. Okay. This is, and again, I may not have been the first, but I'm definitely going to be the loudest.
Okay.
It's time to standardize the baskets.
Oh, yes.
It is time to standardize the baskets.
Preach.
And I say this mainly because evidently Gateway has come out with the perfect basket. Everybody loves
really?
it. It's called the Gateway Titan 35, and it's got loose chains on the outside so that your soft putts don't hit something
springy.
But it's got tighter, taut chains on the inside, so you don't have to worry about hitting the pole and bouncing out. The cage is a lot deeper than most standard most baskets you see, and of course it also has kind of a thicker band, so you're not going to get any more of those Mach 3, Mach 5 type bands.
Yeah.
So, and my thought there is, could you imagine what if the PGA came out and said, you know what, we're going to have different size holes on different holes. So when you're playing Pinehurst number 2, all of our holes are going to be 6 inches wide instead of the normal 3 inches wide. Or we're going to have some holes where they're cone shaped down to the bottom. Or this hole, I think PGA, the hole has to be anywhere between 4 and 6 inches. What if somebody said?
I didn't know that there was a range.
Yeah. There's, I think it has to be at least 4 inches deep because they don't want the ball to hit the bottom and pop out.
Yeah.
What if a course said, you know what, we're going to have 2-inch deep holes, so putt softer.
Well, so
how silly would that be, though?
My question for you is this: how do you feel about elevated baskets, different heights? Because I'm fine with that. I don't want gimmicky ones, but I do think it can make.
I have no problem with that. Again, if it makes that circle one putt a little bit more difficult.
I agree.
NBA, we're going to have different sizes.
Yeah. I think that's a better parallel.
We're going to have different sizes.
Or maybe different size, but like different rim material. Or some are bouncier than others.
Or some are going to be daisy shaped rims instead of circles. So I think it's time to standardize the basket. Now, I'm only saying standardize the baskets for the disc golf pro tour.
Yeah.
If you want to go down and play in your mock baskets down on Kentwood, knock yourself out. So, but I think it's time. I need to get Doug Bierkus on the phone and say, Doug,
I know Doug. I know him personally.
So
very nice guy.
I've actually met him. We actually were set up at Tim Selinsky, and he came by and bought one of his daughter's discs.
Very nice.
So,
very cool.
Anyways, again, I don't know if that's that big of a hot take, but the time is now. So I'm going to carry that flag, and I'm going to carry it all the way up to the top of the PDGA officials and say, it's time to standardize these baskets. And what made me think of it is I've been watching for some reason the 2017 Ledgestone, getting ready for this weekend.
Yeah.
And by the way, you asked me who won. Josh Anton won that.
Wow. That's how you know how long ago that was.
By like 8 strokes.
Wow.
So yeah, I think Paul came in second. And watching the final round there was no drama. No drama at all. It was just Josh Anton taking off. So, but somebody had like a 10-foot putt, and he kind of just did this, and it went through, hit the pole, hit the top of the cage, and kind of wavered, and then fell out. It should not happen.
No,
that should not happen. So we need to get rid of all those rinky-dink baskets, put the Titan 35 in there, and let's standardize the baskets for the pros so they know what they're getting into. Especially now that purses are coming bigger and there's more money on the line. Let's give everybody, the same. Now Evan, to his credit, would say, if you hit it and it spits out, that was a bad putt. To which I would say, true, but at the same time,
within reason.
Yeah, at the same time, if you're throwing a 15-footer lightly and it hits the pole and bounces out, I guess most people would say you should have thrown it lower, or you should have. But anyways, I'm going to pick up that mantle. So if you're not sick of hearing about standardized baskets, you will be before I'm done.
No, and you keep saying the time is now. I think the time was a few years ago. Honestly, the fact that we're playing with such different baskets that catch discs so differently, I could agree with Evan's point if they were all in the same basket.
So yeah,
right. If you have if they're all the same basket and your putt spits out, then it's on you. But when you're playing these baskets one week and these baskets another week and they catch just totally differently, I don't think you can put it on the players.
Agreed. Good point. Yeah. All right.
So now I close, and I just came up with this one on the spot.
Oh,
so because you're
switching gears.
I want to project. I want to be a future teller here.
I like it.
Okay, maybe I don't know if this is hot enough or not.
Well,
but
my last one wasn't that hot, so you're allowed.
You might be a good judge for this.
Okay.
Gannon Buhr will be known as the GOAT of disc golf for a longer tenure than Paul Macbeth.
Oh boy.
He will have a longer.
So when
time
was
on the
Paul's
throne.
first Worlds?
I'm not a good historian. I think it was like 2008 or 9.
I was going to say 7.
Because Ricky's back-to-back was 11 and 12, I think, right? And I think that ended Paul's 3 straight.
So 8.
I
So I was going to say 2007. So is the third one when he started he may be the best ever, or at what point?
That's a good question.
So I'm trying to think of what is the length of Paul's.
When Paul was the GOAT.
Was it the 4th one? His last one with Innova?
Because
I not only was he winning worlds though, he was winning everything else.
Dominating,
too.
yeah.
So
I think maybe I don't know. It's tough to say, but I think
let's say he had a 10-year.
Either
Let's say he had a 10-year span. So you're saying that Gannon.
And to be clear, I still think Paul is the GOAT.
So
it's not tenure of the best player.
You're just saying that.
It's tenure as being considered the greatest disc golfer ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think Paul should still hold until Gannon gets a certain amount of majors.
I would agree to that only because he has started his domination at a much younger age.
Yeah.
And is going to be able to play for a longer career. And like you said earlier, right now it's Gannon and everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way Gannon loses is when Gannon doesn't play well. Mm-hmm. Nobody is pushing Gannon, for a win these days. It's because he's.
I mean, maybe AB if he plays incredible.
But AB needs to have wide open courses where. Yeah. So and again, Andy and I talked about this earlier this year that we do think Anthony's going to figure out the putting, and he has a chance to be
the rival.
We said that it's going to be Gannon AB or going to be the Tiger Phil of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. So, but I can certainly see that happening. Now, am I willing to accept Gannon as the GOAT? Probably not.
No, but I just think he's on track to be, and I think it will be a longer time before someone unseats him than Gannon is going to unseat.
I agree. Paul. And the other thing I like about you, speaking of GOATs, is I vehemently defend calling Peyton Manning the GOAT because he is, and Daniel actually feels that way too. So I got a compatriot in arms in that category.
Anyone but Tom Brady.
So what's that?
Anyone but Tom Brady.
I just think he's the best. Okay, before we get into our picks, we want to talk about this bad boy right here. I think it's pronounced the Sten. Sten. I think it's Swedish for stone.
That's a good guess.
But it's weird because it feels nothing like a stone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in their new K4 plastic, very tacky. We threw it the other day. The first time I threw it, I laced it and parked hole 1 at Valley Springs.
It's true. Can't confirm.
The second time I threw it, it stuck to my thumb and it went way right. So, but once you use it some, the tackiness will wear off. I was surprised at how straight it was because all the indications were that this is a lot more stable than the glitch. But that first throw, it was a dead straight.
Yeah, well, and with a little bit of like late turn to it too. I will say, I would have a very hard time believing any of them are going to be more stable than the glitch. They're so lightweight, even compared to a glitch.
These are light. These are 120-ish to 130 in weight, whereas the glitch is like 140 to 159 or 145 to 159. So yeah, but so what did you think when you threw it?
Feels weird. Feels funky. So we've both highlighted the tackiness. It just feels kind of like it feels good in the hand, but it feels weird that you would then be throwing it. Yeah. Like it has a comfortable hand grip, but just too tacky. Although we've heard from others that as you throw it, it gets a little dirtier. It loses that tackiness a little bit, which I could see.
Yeah, get some grit and grime on it. It kind of goes away.
I don't think I would ever bag it personally.
Me neither.
But I think as like if you're a more casual player and you do want something that fits that glitch slot, or you love a Berg because it does have that pretty Bergy feel, and you want a Berg glitch, it's going to be really good.
And it's a good catch and throw disc.
Yeah,
because it doesn't have a lot of stability.
Better than a glitch, in my opinion.
So, I think so too.
It also is like more clappable, feels better in the hands.
You don't have that harder outer shell.
Yeah, 100%.
So anyway, so these are going to be available August 21st here at the shop, both in store and online. So keep your eye out for them. So pretty funky, and again, it just goes to show how disc golf is it's a copycat league.
100%.
Because as soon as the glitch came out, this came out.
The Spore.
The Spore came out. Lat 64 brought the Beetle back, which is their catch and throw disc. So, and this does make a good catch and throw disc. So that's going to be coming out August 26th. Okay. I'm sorry, August 21st. All right. Picks. So here's the deal with our picks. We're going to do 4 picks on the FPO, 4 picks on the MPO. It's aggregate score. Whoever has the overall lowest aggregate score wins. You can only have 2 players in the top 10, at most 2. you can only have 3 players in the top 20, and and then the 4th person has to be outside the top 20. So that does it makes your ability to find that diamond in the rough a little bit better, but it also guarantees that probably not going to have the same foursomes. So let's start with FPO, and let's let you give your 4 picks on the FPO side.
Go all 4 picks at once?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go Holland Handley. I think she had a rough go of it in Europe, but to me, she is very much the kind of player who is never going to be down too far for too long. I think this is going to be a big bounce back week for her. And she's just the best player in the field right now. With Kristen out, I feel very strongly about that.
Let's go back and forth.
Oh, okay, sure.
I've lost my notes because I'm not using my phone, so I got to give it to my lovely and talented producer so she can pull my notes up so that I can see. I'll tell you right now. So I made a conscious decision not to pick a certain player because I know you're a big fan of hers.
Oh, okay.
And so I was torn between 2 players, and I thought, okay, if I want to stand out from Daniel, I need to not pick Ella Hansen, and I need to pick Holland Hanley. So
I'm sorry. Okay.
So I thought for sure Ella would be your first pick, but I also picked Holland Hanley. Again, without Kristen in the field, I think she clearly is the best player in the field. I think what happened over in Europe, it's kind of hard to say because Europe's so different. You're out of your element. You're in a different country.
It was her first time ever playing in Europe.
Yeah, you're eating unknown food. So I think she's going to be spot on. And I think she's got to be the odds-on favorite to win. So that was a
not an exciting pick for either of us.
No. That's what we call chalk.
Yes, very chalk. Very chalk. Do you want me to go again, or do you want to go?
You go in.
Okay. I am going to take Ella. Honestly, I was a coin flip between Ella and another player. And Marc was kind
probably
of
the one I picked.
Marc was playing mind games with me and like, oh, he's gonna pick Ella, so now I can't pick Ella. But he just confirmed he's not taking Ella, so I am gonna take Ella, who we found out confirmed a couple days ago shot the best round in FPO history.
That's right, 1065.
1062.
I think that's where it ended.
Or maybe
it's 1060 something.
Over 1060, which is crazy, especially how high it would have been if she had parred and birdied 18.
Well, I think they said if she would have birdied 18, she would have had it would have been 1100 rated.
Wow.
Which would have been very impressive.
Yeah, Ella is awesome. She's played very well at Ledgestone in the past as well.
And again, I would have gone with Ella, but
you're just a nice guy.
How can you? But you were picking her, and plus, I want to take. How can you not take Missy Gannon?
Yeah.
I mean, she won it in 22 and 23. She's been in the top 15 in the last 7 Ledgestone Opens.
Yeah. This is her tournament, honestly.
And she has 2 wins this year already, including the Champions Cup. So, I mean, Big Money Missy is. Those were the 3 top 10 picks that I looked at.
Yeah, same.
And I thought I can't not, just because of her record at the Ledgestone, I can't not take Missy. Yeah. And I took Holland to. I thought you weren't going to.
So you thought we'd both take Missy, is what you're saying?
Well, I didn't think we'd both take Holland.
Okay.
So
yeah,
but
I was torn there. In my notes I have Ella/Missy as my second top 10 player. The only thing other than Ella being my favorite player, Missy coming fresh over from China after a long stint in Europe. That's the only thing that I could think of that would maybe be a reason that Missy is a little down this year, just from travel fatigue.
And 100% guarantee she had no idea what she was eating in China.
I heard on the upshot today, because Charlie, our good friend Charlie, is in China for the Frisbee World Games.
Oh yeah, that's
was saying it was like Olympic level facilities there.
Actually,
for the World Games, like 26 different meal options per night.
I heard an interview with Gannon the first night he got there, and he said the same thing.
Apparently, it's like really good care of him.
He did say it was they rolled out the red carpet for sure. Okay, who's your third?
Third pick is a player who was, I think, really only outside the Statmando top 10 because she's hardly played. But every time she has played this year, she's hit top 10 every single time. She has great results in the past at Ledgestone. I'm taking Haley King.
Well, I was going to guess. Let me guess. I was going to say Haley King.
Sorry.
I just didn't know if she was in the field or not.
She is.
Yeah.
I did double check.
Yeah, so I looked
Hopefully that comes to fruition, but when I checked the PDGA page, she was.
Yeah, I noticed her name when I was looking at winners. I noticed her name a lot.
Yeah.
And but I didn't go with her because I went with somebody else who has finished 4th and 5th at Ledgestone. This year she won Texas States. She's had 5 Elite Series and major top 10s, and she was 16th at Worlds. I'm going with RIP Andy for not being here. Val Manduhano.
Oh, okay.
So Val, she's had a 4th and a 5th here. She's playing well this year.
That's a sneaky good year for Val.
And she's ranked 13th in the official Statmando ranking. So Val is my pick for outside. And again, she's just outside the top 10. But
yeah.
So I'm going Val.
That's a sneaky good pick for Val. I honestly didn't realize, as someone who follows MPO and FPO both very closely, didn't realize she was having such a solid year.
She's having a great year.
I think that injury she had a couple of years ago really set her back, and I
agreed.
I still think a very bright future if she can get it all together.
Took her a while to get back into the swing of things, and she's playing well now. So
yeah,
that's my 3rd pick.
Okay, it's funny you say that, because you're setting me up perfectly for my 4th pick, because I'm taking her sister Alexis Mandujano, who has, for whatever reason, I think she should be Ledgestone Alexis. Because if you look at her past results, she has multiple top 10s. I think in the last 4 years, one time she was outside the top 10, she finished 11th, I believe. So a player who...
Well, let me tell you this.
Are you also taking her?
She's finished 11th, 10th, 6th, and 9th.
I'm guessing that's a yes.
And that's my 4th pick as well. I got the both. I got the greater Mandujano and the lesser Mandujano.
Well, it remains to be seen which is which
at
this
Ledgestone,
weekend.
she may not be the lesser. Yeah, I was surprised too. I was looking at. I went back 6 years just to see.
Oh, you went deeper than I did.
And it was Alexis.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on?
Very consistently.
So she's 30. She's ranked 33rd on the Statmano official rankings, and I thought, there's no way I can't take her.
Yeah, it's like a steal.
All right. So to review, so we only have 2 common picks: Holland and Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
You went with Haley and Ella.
Yeah.
And I went with Missy, Big Money Missy, and Val.
Yeah.
So solid picks.
I'm still going to root for Big Money Missy, because I always do. But I hope Ella just edges her so I can beat you this weekend.
Well, I just hope Val wins it all, and
that would be incredible.
by 10 strokes.
That would be amazing.
Okay.
Well, give us a little bit of drama.
That's true.
Let's let it be close.
That's right. Okay, on the MPO side, this guy finished in the top 3 the last 5 times he played at Ledgestone. He didn't play last year because you remember he got injured in Europe, shoulder problem, came back and had to take some time off, and that's Ricky Wysocki.
Oof.
No brainer.
This is bold.
Ricky Wysocki. Top 3 finishes the last 5 times he's played there.
Ledgestone history is on your side, but he is not in great form right now, based on how he's played in Europe.
Again, I discount Europe. That's a completely different thing.
Europe doesn't count.
I'm going
to Marc.
That's going to be a flyer for me. I think he's tuned. He's locked in. He's going to be ready to go. He's my first pick.
Okay, I know my one grasping at straw reason for not taking Missy was that she was just in China, and I'm going to take a player who was just there with her. But as we've said a couple times already, the best player in the world right now, playing at the top of his game. I think for me it's impossible to not take Gannon.
Well,
and has played extremely well at this tournament in the past as well, as he has everywhere.
Keep in mind that Ezra Robinson was 2nd last year.
Yeah.
And 4th in 2023.
And coming off a win.
But I also took Gannon.
Okay.
It was down. Those were the 3 that I had. It was Wysocki, Ezra, and Gannon. I was very close to taking Ezra instead of Ricky, but I just feel like I think you can wake him up in the middle of the night and he'll go out and shoot 12 down at Ledgestone.
Ezra?
No, Ricky.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah, it's too. The muscle memory is just too built in.
It would be nice to see him get back to form, because him being at the top of his game makes MPO more compelling.
And I've said this on Eat Street After Dark before. When it comes to MPO and FBO, I don't care if it's a front running, but I'm taking Gannon and Kristen until otherwise. Yeah. And again, not taking Kristen, she's not here, but
that would be a bold pick.
It's silly. Given the fact that we're not punished for taking the number 1 overall in terms of a salary
multipliers or whatever.
So it makes no sense not to take him.
You can't not take him.
Okay, who's
so you're saying for me. So I was also torn between Ezra and another player.
Oh.
And really, honestly, the only coin flip here is that you have Ezra, and I want more. You didn't take Ezra. That actually makes it more complicated. There are 2 players that have tremendous history at this tournament that are in the top 10. Ezra being one of them. and also another player that's playing at a very high level. I'm going to take my guy Calvin Heimberg,
Oh,
who has won this event in conjunction with Ricky.
I think Ricky finished second. The
Well,
year he won, right?
2021 they tied because if you remember that fourth round got canceled.
Yeah.
So they just gave it to
Bring
the
out.
end of third round scores or whatever. But he has a bunch of other top fives, top tens. Is playing at a very high level right now.
And he's a guy who just won pretty big tournament.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly. Playing really great, and I'm always gonna be rooting for Calvin. So
he's probably my third favorite player. So but I didn't pick him.
Yeah.
So my third pick, I was torn between two guys. Both had good history here. Andrew Marweed and Chris Dickerson.
okay.
I went with Chris Dickerson.
Dang. Okay, I did too.
Oh, okay. He's had 3 top 10s in the last 4 years at
Yeah, he
Ledgestone.
plays here really, really well.
And he has 3 wins this season, albeit
All lower.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all lower
Yeah,
tiers.
and Chris Dickerson always does this, right? Like he doesn't play
Actually-
as many events.
Actually, he's the one where his 3 wins are an A tier, a B tier, and a C tier.
Oh, nice.
Not Isaac.
Okay.
Yeah, because his C tier was in his home course.
That
up
makes
in
more sense
Northeast
for Chris.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
That makes more sense for
Northeast
Chris than
Tennessee.
Isaac. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I went with Chris, but Marweed's played well here the last couple years
And
as
he's
well.
just a really solid
And
player.
he's solid. He makes the thing about Marweed, he's not going to win a lot, but you know what? He's always in it because he doesn't make mistakes.
And he hits all of his.
And he hits off his putts. So it was really close, but given his history here, I went with Chris Dickerson.
And Dickerson kind of quietly had a really nice little Europe too. Did he? I think he was close to top 10 at Worlds. I don't have it pulled up because
I don't have it in here.
I just went
thought I
sticky
wrote down
for
what he
my
did in
notes,
Worlds.
but,
Yeah.
but he had a very solid Euro Disc Golf Festival, and I think top 10 at Worlds. But if he didn't, he was very close.
And plus, he's from the same area that my wife is from, so how can I not?
How
go
can you not
the
for that?
hometown hero?
You have to pick him.
Okay, so my last pick, and this is, I think this is a little bit of a reach,
Okay.
but again, he's played well here.
Oh no, did we pick the same fourth player?
Here's the thing: he was 29th last year,
Oh,
but in the previous 5 years, he was top 15 every year.
okay, we do have someone different.
I took Matty O as my fourth player.
Ooh, okay.
Again, it's a little bit of a reach.
It is.
I'm
a
not
bit.
wild about how well he's been
He's not had a
playing
great
this year,
Yeah.
but he plays well at this course, and hopefully, like Ricky Wasaki, muscle memory is going to take over, and he's going to give me a top 20, Matteo. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking for. You
Yeah.
don't have to win.
Oh, that actually reminds me. How do you win this? Like
Total aggregate score.
Okay.
So we'll
just
just
the
add
four
up
best
all
players.
add up all the 4 scores, and then whoever ends. And if you make somebody who doesn't, is there a cut at Ledgestone?
Surely.
I know there's a pay line, but is there a cut?
There must be.
So if your player doesn't make the cut, it's the lowest.
Here's another hot take. Every 4-round tournament should have a cut.
100% agree.
And maybe even 3 round
And I'm
tournaments.
okay with the cut being longer than the cash line to let those few people
Battle it out.
Because again, they're going to really want it, and so they're
Yeah.
going to play hard. So if he doesn't make, if there is a cut and your player doesn't make the cut, he gets +4 of the lowest person who does make the cut.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
So
All right. My final pick. I was scared you were going to go this route. A guy who kind of a weird career to this point, honestly. Quietly also had a pretty solid Europe. Finished in the cash at both the majors, including I think like a 15th place at the Euro Disc Golf Festival. Has won this tournament before.
oh
2 years ago, 2023, and has a bunch of top 10s. Cole Redall.
Cole
Cole Redall.
he has had a weird career.
Yeah.
Because he peaked winning this tournament,
Yeah.
and then just kind of
Yeah, and it felt like because he's still pretty young. It felt like this is the start of the Cole Redall time. But
he's probably Gannon's age,
maybe
a year or two
maybe a
over.
couple of years older, but still a young player.
And he's got the whole game. He's got distance.
Mhm.
He's got putting. He's got a forehand.
when he's on,
So yeah,
he just
so he
sometimes isn't on.
so not a weird pick again, given the fact that he has a win here.
previous
So,
win. Yeah.
That's and he's a good kid. I actually have played with him. Andy was a doubles partner with him a couple years
Oh,
ago.
nice.
So-
Another claim to fame.
Yeah, but he lost to Joel Freeman and who was Joel Freeman's partner?
You.
Oh, me. That was me. It was me.
How did you
So-
forget that, Mark?
Boy, that was my back hurt the rest of the weekend.
Just
carrying
carrying
Joel
Joel
the whole weekend.
I'm not
I mean the
surprised
whole
by that.
round on
Yeah.
that doubles round. So, okay. So to recap, my 4 are
Ezra? No, you didn't
Nope.
take Ezra.
Nope.
It was you threw me off by not taking Gannon.
I
first.
know. I went with Ricky,
Ricky.
Gannon, and Ricky.
That's right.
Chris Dickerson,
Mhm.
Limestone Laser. Even though I don't know why they call him that because he's from Lime. He's not from Limestone. And then Matty Up.
Lime laser doesn't sound the same.
That's true.
Doesn't have as good a
And your 4 are, let me see if I can remember,
Mhm.
Gannon.
Yep.
Well, Cole Rodolin, you
Yes.
just said. You also have Chris Dickerson.
Yeah.
And the Heimborg. Vinny.
Who
Okay.
needs a better logo, just like everybody else.
That's right. So I forgot to do the AI picks. They're just, you say, hey, only 2 in the top 10, and they give you like the top 4 players. You know, I think you should pick Kristen Lott. Okay, Kristen Lott's not even playing.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't able to get that done, but again, it doesn't matter.
You need to make your own AI formula
so
for making these picks.
that's true. I need to come up with that.
It's a glaring hole in the AI sphere.
That's true. Okay, so that's it for tonight. We're going to go ahead and sign off. I think so. Andy's going to be back next week, but who knows? Maybe we'll invite Daniel back now that he's got hot takes. I'm sure this is only primed the pump.
Yeah, I just checking out the rest.
Spouting hot takes
100%.
also. Anyways, so take care. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Wednesday night. And we'll go ahead and turn this off if we can hit the right button. Is it right there?
Did we get it?
Maybe.